Daily Bible reading, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 25 through 49. When you have begotten children and children's children, and are long established in the land, should you act wickedly and make for yourselves a sculptured image in any likeness, causing the Lord your God displeasure and vexation, I call heaven and earth this day to witness against you, that you shall soon perish from the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess. You shall not long endure in it, but shall be utterly wiped out. The Lord will scatter you among the peoples, and only a scant few of you shall be left among the nations to which the Lord will drive you. There you will serve man-made gods of wood and stone, that cannot see or hear or eat or smell. But if you search there for the Lord your God, you will find him, if only you seek him with all your heart and soul. When you are in distress because all these things have befallen you, and in the end return to the Lord your God and obey him. For the Lord your God is a compassionate God. He will not fail you, nor will he let you perish. He will not forget the covenant which he made on oath with your fathers. You have but to inquire about bygone ages that came before you, ever since God created man on earth, from one end of heaven to the other. Has anything as grand as this ever happened? Or has its like ever been known? Has any people heard the voice of a God speaking out of a fire as you have, and survived? Or has any God ventured to go and take for himself one nation from the midst of another, by prodigious acts, by signs and portents, by war, by a mighty and an outstretched arm, and awesome power, as the Lord your God did for you in Egypt, before your very eyes? It has been clearly demonstrated to you that the Lord alone is God. There is none beside him. From the heavens he let you hear his voice to discipline you. On earth he let you see his great fire, and from amidst that fire you heard his words. And because he loved your fathers, he chose their heirs after him. He himself, in his great might, led you out of Egypt to drive from your path nations greater and more populous than you, to take you into their land and assign it to you as a heritage, as is still the case. Know therefore this day, and keep in mind, that the Lord alone is God in heaven above and on earth below. There is no other. Observe his laws and commandments, which I enjoin upon you this day, that it may go well with you and your children after you, and that you may long remain in the land that the Lord your God is assigning to you for all time. Then Moses set aside 3 cities on the east side of the Jordan, to which a manslayer could escape, one who unwittingly slew a fellow man without having been hostile to him in the past. He could flee to one of these cities and live. Bezer in the wilderness in the tableland belonging to the Reubenites, Ramoth in Gilead belonging to the Gadites, and Golan in Bashan belonging to the Manassites. This is the teaching that Moses set before the Israelites. These are the decrees, laws, and rules that Moses addressed to the people of Israel after they had left Egypt, beyond the Jordan, in the valley at Beth Peor, in the land of King Sihon of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, whom Moses and the Israelites defeated after they had left Egypt. They had taken possession of his country, and that of King Og of Bashan, the 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the east side of the Jordan, from Aroer on the banks of the Wadi Arnon, as far as Mount Sion, that is, Hermon. Also the whole Arabah on the east side of the Jordan, as far as the sea of the Arabah, at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah.